Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Lady! Mike is a 50. Check. Hey, alert. Tighten down. There you go. Watch the twist. Here we go.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for us Steelers. First down.
Lady!
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Zebra.
Mike's 50. Go.
You ain't got nothing.
Kill. Check. Lucky.
Wilson's pass, intended for Randy Moss, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Quick, 15. Hold up. Check.
Mike's 50. Here we go. Say. Hey, check 20. Let's go.
Gain of 24 yards. And the Steelers, first down.
Check.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Twist. Check.
Check 99. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Check 3.
Alert.
Slam. That's how we do it.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Bengals 6, Steelers nothing.
One left.
50. Watch the screen. Pass. Wide. Get wide.
Check 50.
Watch quick. Run.
Touchdown Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after.
Let's go, baby.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Bengals 6.
Ready. 180.
Right there in the middle. 55. Focus, defense, focus.
Ready.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at the 34-yard line.
380.
Watch QB drop.
Check 9.
6 guy. Check 6 guy. Slam.
Number 32 the ball carrier.
It's going to be a long day.
And Oliver made the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
55.
2 little cupcake.
Shift.
Slam.
Gun touch.
Number 32 on the carry. DeMarcus Lawrence on the stop. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Watch the
Watch the pass. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Crunch.
The running back again the ball carrier. He was brought down by Von Miller. A loss of Turnover and downs.
That's it. Ready to eat.
Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end.
Ready.
Check, check.
Newton's pass, intended for number 81, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's it. That's it. Ready.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Ready.
We got 4. We got 4. Let's go. Let's do this.
Complete to Michael Thomas. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Ready. Ready.
Hey, eat. Let's go, D.
Ready.
Newton's pass,
Keep on coming, baby.
intended for
Keep
Hunter Henry,
coming.
incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
That's it. Left, Katie. Ready.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
That's it. Ready.
Check 55. Mike.
Ready.
Julius Peppers made the tackle.
Ready.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
52's the mic. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Newton's pass, complete to Barry Sanders. First and goal, Cincinnati.
That's it. Ready.
Ricky.
Ready.
Newton's pass, complete to Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Here we
The
go. Here we go.
Bengals will
Ready.
line up for the
Check
2-point
55.
conversion.
Mike. No chance.
Ready.
The conversion attempt results in 4 points for the defense.
Cut. Ready.
55. Go.
Zebra.
Double up.
What? What's that?
13 yards on the play.
Alert.
Steelers.
What?
Russell
What?
Wilson
Ready.
sacked by
Sack
Demarcus
City.
Lawrence.
Sack City.
Go down. Go down.
Back at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 38 yards. That's good for the Steelers. First down. First and 10
Mike,
at the 31-yard line.
Hey, pick it up. Defense. Let's go.
Wilson's pass, complete to Randy Moss. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 22-yard line. Wilson's pass, intended for P.J. Sharp. Brings up 3rd
That's it, baby. We got one.
A gain of 4
Check.
yards. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Alert. Hey, easy. Check. 14, front it. 14, front it. Nice.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Look at right at the 8.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the...
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check 26.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Check hot, hot. Kill. Turn up.
Here's Wilson to throw. Gets this one to Hill. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Now Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
Watch the safety green. Check it out, green.
Friday. 18.
Check 3.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So still a scoreless game in the 1st, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. To throw is Wilson. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now, right? There's no doubt about it. People wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. On 3rd down, Jackson dancing to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll run on 1st down. Allen, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Bring up.
On 2nd and 11 now, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Hey, watch it.
Check 52. Tempo.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's got his tailback. That's Marcus Allen. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. On 1st down, it's Allen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Check 13. Check 13.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
315. I got you, son. I got you, son. Shit. Watch the shit. Watch that. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 22-yard line.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Kill.
19. Look for signal.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. 30. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. And did the Titans get this? Yes, Tennessee football. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And an alley to run. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. The Sanders has got it complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Holt. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Escaping the pressure, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. From 8 yards out, and the Titans are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Easy. Under 10, 10.
Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Wilson now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Undercut. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Go.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To throw again is Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Holt. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19.
50, 50. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Wilson will throw again. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
19. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Throwing is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Brings up 3rd down and
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
12, 12, 12.
Wilson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
incomplete. It's 4th down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
7-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Fair catch made at the 10-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. a lot of them script to start the second half too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On first down, Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
To throw is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Let's go, dude. Here we go. Max 50, Max 50.
Heavy on the end.
Following the fumble recovery, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Hey, 0-0.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Caught by Allen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. To throw again on second down. Wilson, he's got his man. It's Andrews. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
They'll give it here to Brown. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jim Brown taking it in as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keeps your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave one more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to the Hall of Famer Barry Sanders there. And it's 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Touch 50, touch 50.
They start the drive with a give to Allen. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Three quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. Another run with Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go, Mike 50.
14.
Mike's 50. All you get is a headache.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
It's out home front. 55, Mike, got 55.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I'm coming after you. What twist?
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. The throw over the middle taken in. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Hope. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's Hill, complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson, and nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Alert.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jim Brown with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now look at him go. He's at the 30. Titans. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Wilson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Well, it's caught. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30, 10, 5. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Steelers 24. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Wilson on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
36 power. Watch the pass. Check three, check three, check three. 36, 36. Check, check.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Boswell good with the extra point. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Randy Moss with 1 second remaining, as they are now an extra point away from perhaps stealing one here in the final minute. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.